Hey guys, Pichu here. This is the 2016 Pichu London Cup Series roster, and it's the last year that there are 42 drivers in every race. Next year they'll be cutting the field down from 42 cars down to just 40 cars, but don't worry, the best drivers will stay put for the 2017 season. First off, it's the number one car of Clint Bowyer. Yes, that's right. Number one is Clint Bowyer. It's not from Chip Ganassi. It is actually from Stewart-Haas Racing. All the cars that I got will be available to download for you in the description below. This is one of them, and the Clint Bowyer is moving to the one car as he moves from Michael Waltrip Racing up to Stewart-Haas Racing in the number one 5-hour Energy Chevrolet. I believe this is the last year that Stewart-Haas competed with Chevrolets before they moved to Fords in 2017. Brad Keselowski stays in the number 2 Miller Lite Penske Ford. There you see the good old Penske scallops. Austin Dillon stays in number 3 for RCR Racing. Kevin Harvick goes for another year at Stewart-Haas number 4. Casey Kane stays in the 5 for Hedrick Motorsports. And David Stremme will get a second chance at the Cup Series as he's going to be the new driver of the 6 car for Roush Fenway Racing. So congrats David Stremme on making the move to the 6. Regan Smith is in the 7 car. He's replacing Alex Bowman in the 7 for Tommy Baldwin Racing. Dale Earnhardt Jr. competes in RCR as DEI went out of business a couple years ago, so he's moving to his father's team, Richard Childress Racing number 8 for Dale Earnhardt Jr. And Trevor Bayne moves from the 6 car to the number 9, but he stays with Roush Racing as he's running now in the number 9 Ford. Danica Patrick renews for another year with Nature's Bakery in 2016 for Stewart-Haas Racing. There's our 2015 champion, Denny Hamlin, going for a second title now, so Denny Hamlin's a PLCS champion. So congrats to him on winning the title in 2015. Goes for another title in 2016. Casey Mears goes to the 13 car. Germain Racing opens up their Cup program, and Casey Mears will be their driver for the 2016 season. And guess who's moving over to the Stewart-Haas 14? Blasey Alexander moves over to the Stewart-Haas 14. In this universe, Tony Stewart actually retires a year early in 2015 and not 2016, so Stewart retires in 2015. Blasey Alexander becomes the new driver of the number 14 machine. So watch out for him competing for a couple victories or so. Greg Biffle's back in the 16 for Roush Fenway, and Ricky Stenhouse Jr. is back in the number 17. Back to the 18 is Kyle Busch for Joe Gibbs. And in this universe, Carl Edwards does not retire yet. He does not yet retire, so he will be in the 19 for the 2016 season, competing for another year. Matt Kenseth in the number 20 for Joe Gibbs, his teammate, and Ryan Blaney will enter the Cup Series in 2016, and he's going to be running the 21 car for the Wood Brothers. Joey Logano is in the 22 for Penske. He's back again, and this is Jeff Gordon's final season for real. This will be his final season. No doubt about it. He'll be running every race in 2016. He'll have one more year under his belt, and then he will call it a career after that. And then Chase Elliott takes over the 24 next season, 2017. But for this season, and he's going to be running his rookie season, the number 25 Mountain Dew Chevrolet. That's one of the cars you can get to download in the description below. Chase Elliott's going to be running his rookie season in 2016. Can't wait to see him on track. Paul Menard is back with RCR in the 27. James Buescher moves to a new ride. He's now in the 28 Robert Yates Racing Home Depot Ford. He's the new driver of the 28. And you'll see where Brian Clausen goes in a little bit. But James Buescher is now in the 28 for Robert Yates. Ryan Newman stays the 31 for RCR. And Chris Buescher, not James Buescher, Chris Buescher, now moves to the 34 Front Row Motorsports. Its rookie season, his debut season in 2016, Chris Buescher. And Landon Castle returns to the Cup Series as he's going to be in the 38 for Front Row Motorsports for 2016. I mentioned Alex Bowman was in the 7 last year. Now he's moved to Chip Ganassi's number 40. They've renumbered their 1 to 40 for the season, and TaxSlayer.com will be on the hood for the 40s season with Alex Bowman in his debut year with Chip Ganassi. Kurt Busch stays in the 41, and Kyle Larson stays in number 42 for Chip Ganassi. Eric Almirola stays in the 43 for Petty Motorsports, And so does Brian Clausen in number 44. I mentioned Brian Clausen's moving, and he is now in the 44 car for Petty Motorsports. So Brian Clausen will now be competing in the 44. And in the 45 is Adam Petty. You know him. All of you know him. He's running another year in that 45 for the Petty team. The 46, Michael Annett. He is back again for his own team. And AJ Allmendinger is back for JTG Daughtry in the 47. Jimmy Johnson, you know him. He's in the 48 once again. HCOT Motorsports had some changes after getting their first ever win in the Cup Series with, I believe, Jeff Burton in his final season. So Jeff Burton was able to get one more win in his last season before he retired. Congrats to him. But Justin Allgaier is back in the 51 for H. Scott, and they're back to a 3-car entry. Their second vehicle will be taken by Brian Vickers in the 52. Yes, Brian Vickers will be driving the 52 car for H. Scott Motorsports as he moves to Ford and will be in the new driver in the 52. And Ryan Truex is going to be a rookie in the 53 car in H. Scott's third entry. So 3 entries for H. Scott Motorsports in 2016. And Martin Truex Jr. returns to Furniture Row Racing in the 78. And Robert Yates acquired the 88 from, I believe, another team. I think Hendrick. They have acquired the 88 from Hendrick. And now they'll be competing the 88 again for Jamie McMurray. Jamie Mack is moving to Robert Yates, and he's now in the 88 machine for the 2016 season. And finally, Ty Dillon competes in a new team for a merger with Circle Sport and Levine Family Racing this season, but he's brought Cheerios as a sponsor in the number 95. So Ty Dillon is going to be entering in a new team for the 2016 season. He will be in the 95 Chevrolet. So those are all your drivers for the 2016 season. And this is Pichu London, and I'll see you guys later.